guys, Ryan HD here with another video. This is going to be a video on something that I have been asking around for. I've asked Acres HD, I've asked Don from My Digital Universe, I've asked Ollie from Project 4D. All these guys haven't done a tutorial on this, so I had to sit there and figure it out myself. I asked them all, but I guess they didn't want to do it or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be how to fold paper in Cinema 4D. It's not as easy as you'd want it to be. I'm sure it is, but the way I did it, it was a complete pain in the ass, and it took a really long time that I didn't want. Well, I wanted to do it, but it took a long time, and once I was in so far that I had to finish it. So, but here, this is gonna be my render. So what it is you can't tell already, it's the Heavy Rain Origami Bird that has the blood on its feet from, yeah, and it's from the game Heavy Rain. They teach you how to fold it when you're installing the game. You've never played it, that's shame on you, but when you're installing Heavy Rain, they teach you how to fold this thing out of paper because it's on the cover and it's like the main origami piece. But ever since I saw it, I'm like, I want to recreate the cover. I want to remake this in 3D, like a 3D model of it. But there's no tutorials online at all on how to fold paper, like paper airplane, even just to see how you could rig a plane to fold it up like paper. So what I did was I folded it up on an actual piece of paper, and then so that it was perfect, unfolded it, took a plane, and I cut. I took the knife tool, loop cut, and I loop cut it to look exactly like the cuts were on the piece of paper. And then, as I folded the paper together, I folded the plane with it, basically, along with it. It gets really confusing on the 3D model because the planes can stretch, like, if you know what I mean. Like if you have a vertex and drag it, all the polygons are gonna like go with it, instead of like on a piece of paper they're gonna stay whatever length they are, and it makes it a lot easier. But this one, they stretch out and stuff, and it gets really annoying. But I'll probably do a tutorial on this. If I don't do a tutorial on how to make the bird, I'll do it on how to make a paper airplane, and then you guys can try the bird for yourselves. Because it's pretty much going to be the same thing. You're going to have to cut up a plane and use the line and vertex selection tools and just play around with it, and it's best to like do everything with using two. Like, you want to grab this point, this line, and this line over here, and move them the same. That way you get this perfect symmetrical, perfectly folded origami thing. I made a quick render of it, like a quick animation. Hold on, stop the video, come back, and then turn audio on so you guys can hear the music that goes with it. Okay guys, so this is the little animation I did with the bird. Yeah, so really all it is all the rain is created in After Effects, actually. Same with these titles here. This rain rain you see kind of on the lens here that transitions in between the two shots is from Video Copilot's Action Essentials. It's called Window Rain. It's used for like basically what it says. If you're like in a car and you want to add rain on a window and it's not raining outside, you motion track the window and you put this effect on it, and it looks like it's raining. But it went with the theme of heavy rain really well, because this is kind of what, if you ever played it, you'll see like the title screen and stuff, and it looks pretty much like that. You'll see a bird on the front, and your menu and stuff is there, and it's raining on it. This isn't my best animation. It's just a camera pan, but it's not really a whole lot you can do with a piece of paper, I guess. But yeah, that's what I did with it. And I'm just gonna jump into the Cinema 4D file and show you the setup of it and the kind of materials and stuff I used. So here we go. So this is the camera pan and stuff in Cinema 4D. There is nothing. The only thing that's rendered in here from water-ish is the ground is really reflective. I have it really reflective, so it looks like it's wet, and the little droplets of water I have in a cloner object that are changed to object and just basically stuck onto the bird. Even though you can't really see it in the final, if you go back, you can look for it and you'll see them. But just adds another layer of depth to the render, I guess. I'll just show you. I have these lights here. They aren't actually affecting the light of the bird itself. They're more lighting up the pavement, because in the final render, if you look at the reflection, it's there, but it's not as reflective as I want it to, and I needed to add the lights on the ground just to give it just to make it more visible and just a little bit more reflective to make it that much more realistic. Yeah, so and all it is, my entire model is one plane, and it is moved, and I made it by taking let me get out of camera here, taking points like opposite points like this, scaling them, dragging them around, and just making it look as if they are folded. I tried to bend them out so that when it renders, you can get the variation between this one, and you see the crease, so it looks more like paper. It's really weird when you start folding planes up. Faces and things start disappearing until you change the Fong tag. The Fong tag create a lot of problems for me early on, because I didn't realize that was what was causing it. If you can see here, if I crank this up, it basically flattens it. Like, okay, so I have nice creases here, here, right? And if I turn it up, they basically all disappear. And it was, for some reason, it was getting rid of lines and everything for me. The line up here kept disappearing, and it would only render flat in here, and just this like random piece would stick out here. It looked really weird, but yeah, I finally got it. And the texture on here, like there's blood here and there's blood here, but when you render it, there isn't. And all I did was I put the texture, I got a paper texture. Here, I'll show you guys. This. I got this paper texture, and I threw it on the bird, and I saw what it looked like, and I knew that I wanted to get the blood on the feet. Now, before I added the blood to the texture, there was a dot here, and the way it tiled, there was also another dot over here. So I was like, oh, sweet. So all I did was go to the texture, and I found the dot. It was this dot right here that was on the feet, and I got some blood splatter brushes, and I painted near the dot, and I basically splattered it up there and took a whole bunch of blood. And when I put it back on the model, it rendered perfectly. I'm not going to render this now. Actually, maybe I will. If I render like this foot here. Oh, I moved the textures around. But yeah, you can see that in the final render, you'll see the blood here, and here on the feet only. Um, I guess I was just really lucky because I didn't get the blood like rendering in there that look ugly, or even like in a random spot. I was really lucky just to get it on the 2 feet and nowhere else that you could see in my render. So that was more luck than anything. I tried to unwrap it with body paint and all that. I'm not that good with that yet. So I was getting these really weird unwrappings and all that. If someone has a good link to a tutorial on how to use body paint or unwrap these kind of things, it'd be helpful. But other than that, it went really weird, so I just had to play around with it and until I got a good layout on the actual model that I wanted. So if you guys want a tutorial on how to do this kind of thing, fold a plane up, fold some origami, fold some paper airplanes, even because paper airplanes would be a cool like animation thing because they don't really have that much animation on them. Throw them in a emitter system, particle system, and that could look pretty cool with a lot of paper airplanes or something like that. But yeah, this took a while. So I will see you guys next time when I make another video. I know I've made a video. I'm gonna start making more videos. I'm really happy with this render. To me, I think it looks really good. But yeah, so this is Ryan HD, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.